Shalom. Koholo Yahweh, Bahashem Yahabushai, Bahashem Rahakwadash. Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father. Bahashem means in the name. Yahabushai would be the true name of the Son of the Heavenly Father, who the world knows as Jesus Christ, but his true ancient Hebrew name is Yahabushai. The bonders to our teachers, the apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to the Lord's elect, teaching in truth and sincerity for the sake of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahabushai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. It's a crash course to destruction, in which this is the fate of the so-called white man, Esau Edom, and ultimate America, in which this place is going to come crashing down suddenly at an instant, man. You know, when you people least expect it, on a random Tuesday, on your first Sunday, on your birthday, you see this place is going to completely come crashing down. The money is going to fail. The resources, the convenience, the different luxuries is going to be drawn back. You people are going to be thrust into perilous times where your days is going to become more harder to bear for you. It is not like these things isn't already taking place, but yet it's going to become more intense. The Lord is going to become more aggressive with the prophecies, man. And it's going to pretty much give off this depiction of this place coming crashing down. Here it is. You celebrating the 250th anniversary of this place being the worst kingdom here in the earth. And you had two separate accounts with parachuters carrying American flags coming crashing down into the stadiums, man. Nigga had a crash landing. You see, but yeah, this is the fate of the so-called white man, Esau Edom, in which his fate is going to be in doom, man. You see, real quick. This is Isaiah. It's like it. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7. In verse 43, it says, "But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past." You see? Yes, the day of doom is going to be the end of this time. You know, when you go into that word doom, it takes you back into a terrible fate, ultimately destruction. You see? And that destruction or that terrible fate is going to be played out by way of World War III. This is the event that's going to pretty much destroy the society, man. This corruption here in the earth. You know, the Lord tell you that real quick. 2nd Ezra chapter 4 and verse 28. It says, "But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come." So there's an evil being sown in the earth, but yet there's a place where the evil is being sown from that a destruction is awaiting. You see, it says, "If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good." And that place is America, man. America has a tight grip on the earth to where it influences people to be adverse towards Yahweh Bahashem Yahabushai. You know, but yet the Lord is going to return and destroy this guy, man. You know, seeing that this guy, he take the stance of being the most proud here in the earth, where the Lord said that he's going to take down the most proud. You see, real quick. This is Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 3. It says, "The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high," in which we know who's known for dwelling in the cliffs of the rocks. When you look at the Flintstones, you see, it's so easy. A caveman can do it, but who's the caveman? It always goes back unto that base man being the so-called white man, Esau Edom. He's the one who dwelt in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high. This nigga got skyscrapers. So like, they got skyscrapers all over his fucking society and shit, man. You know, it says, "That said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?" And when you consider your heart is your inner parts. And what's found within America is the mindset of the people feeling as if this place will never be taken down. They feel as if this place is going to last forever. And if it's shake, it's going to shake back, man. You see? But yet the Lord is going to bring this place down, and he's going to hit this place with deadly blows to where, you know, confidence in shaking back is not going to be there, for the lack of better terms. It's going to get to a point where you're going to acknowledge that there's a power that's judging America. Just like in the time of Egypt. Those Egyptians got to a point where they acknowledged that this was the power of Israel. You see? And the same thing is going to happen here in America, man, which is America is known as modern Egypt. You see? And the Lord tell you how he's going to visit this modern Egypt with those ancient plagues. You see those plagues as before. You see? But it says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord. You see? So the Lord got it out for Esau, man. And he's going to bring him down. You see? In which this guy, he had their slogan when they claimed to have landed on the moon, said Eagle One is landed. You see? So yes, man. You the one who exalts yourself as the eagle. You set your nest amongst the stars. You consider this guy his satellites and things like that. But yet the Lord is going to bring him down, man. In which this nigga, he's so proud. You got to consider he's the one who gives us information on the UFOs. So he's seeing more than what he's putting out. He actually seen the angels and the UFOs, faces in space, the names of the Lord. You see, he's seen abundance of chariots. But what was his counsel upon seeing that this nigga came back and built the Space Force? That's the pride of the devil, man. Surely, if you see something that's outside of your realm, that's headed towards you, you got his people in captivity, surely a nigga in his right mind would say, you know what, let me get right. Let me let these people go. You see? But no, the Lord has hardened Esau's heart to where this nigga came back and built the Space Force because he's going to try to fight against the Lord, man. And the Lord's going to bring this dude down. And we already seen it, you know, in the midst of his 250th celebration, in which they tell you how a kingdom don't go past 250 years. But in the midst of his 250th celebration, the Lord turned the sky red, man, in New York. You know, New York is pretty much like a headquarters for America. See real quick. You see? New York sky turns blood red on U.S. 250th anniversary celebration. And that's an omen that destruction is looming, man. That it's a destruction that's awaiting. And that destruction is going to be led up by way of a plethora of evils. You know, real quick. This is Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 5. It says, thus said the Lord Yahweh, an evil and only evil, behold, is come. Yes, that evil takes you back into bad times. That word Eve meaning time and ill means bad. You see? So bad times is going to come upon this place and it's going to climax into World War III. But yet it says an end is come. The end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. You see? In which when you go into the NLT, it takes you back into that doom. 2 Ezra 7 and verse 6, it says the end has come. It has finally arrived. Your final doom is waiting, you see? Yes, that doom is awaiting you, man. That terrible fate. It says, O people of Israel, the day of your destruction is dawning. The time has come. The day of trouble is near, you see? In which even amongst Israel, you know, that day of trouble where this devil is going to come down having great wrath upon you. That time of Jacob's trouble. Well, that's near. The Lord tell you how the sword and the destruction is drawing nigh. And that destruction is going to draw nigh upon you as well, man. Because you have been made likened unto this devil. You have made yourself an enemy unto Yahweh by Shem Yahushua by cleaving to the mindset of America. What the world would call being of the world, man. Oh, well, what the Lord would call being of the world. Because the Lord tell you to be not of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You see? You don't want to be conformed to what offends Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. And that's the lifestyle of America, man. And it's going to end in doom. You see? These people, they're going to feel the brunt of their doom. You know, when you go here to the book of Isaiah 47 and verse 8, it says, listen to this, you pleasure-loving kingdom, living at ease and feeling secure. You say, I am the only one and there is no other. I would never be a widow or lose my children, you see? In which the Elder Rum, he made a beautiful point at the sit-down camp on how the Lord, You know, the one thing that moves a king is the widow. When you go into the parable of the fortunate widow, you know how the king was moved at her behalf, man, because she cried out unto him. So the Lord, he honors the widow, but yet Esau, he take this stance as not being the widow. So what you think his end gonna be? A destruction, man. And seeing that this is a place who loves pleasure, a kingdom that gives itself to pleasure, that lives in ease, and that feels secure. Even when you mention World War III, a nigga mentioned the nuclear defense system. So there's a sense of security, but the Lord is going to strip all those things away, man. You know, and then you're going to know that it's Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Once the judgments of the Lord is intensified here in this society, the Lord said he's known by the judgments which he execute. So just like in Egypt, the Lord was known by those judgments because they became more intense. It's going to be the same thing here in America. And those judgments is going to climax to the destruction as well as the salvation of the elect. So yeah, I pray that you was edified. Let's give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahabushai, Bahashem, Rahakwadash. Well, what's in this video? Shalom.